What's up, y'all? I'm the Hunter Fisher. Welcome back to the Epi Banger video, and today, guys and girls, I'm going to tell you why BFS fishing sucks. Let's get right into it. There we go. Heck yeah. Oh, I got a 16,000. Whoops.
Got a problem with the what?
Guys, I just caught my first redfin pickerel. Alright guys, I know that intro is really going to put you off, as well as the thumbnail and title, but I know it's clickbait. And that is true to an extent, but it's also not true. Today's video is all about why I think BFS fishing might suck. Now, obviously, my channel comprises of hours upon hours of BFS fishing related content. A lot of people would probably question, Hunter, why would you give people 8 reasons why BFS fishing sucks? Because if I'm gonna argue that BFS fishing is my favorite way to fish for finesse fishing, I probably gotta have a good point of why I think the negative reasons are negative for a reason. I've come up with 8 different reasons why BFS fishing might suck for you or suck for anyone else, and these are reasons why anyone might feel this that it's true as such. So I also want to shout out Wendell Fishing. If you guys have not heard of him, he's a kayak content creator who makes kayak fishing content. I don't make kayak fishing content, but he's been making videos with X reasons why kayak fishing sucks, top X beginner mistakes kayak fishermen make. I'm going to be making a couple of videos like that because, one, they're doing well for him, so congrats to him on that. I thought it was also a fantastic idea for me to do in the BFS world, because I do feel that a lot of people don't know a whole lot about BFS going into it, and I feel like there is a lot of things that people hate. And just like kayak fishing, there's arguments to be made for both sides. Without further ado, let's get right in. Reason number 1 why BFS fishing sucks. It's expensive. It is very expensive. If you guys saw the reel that I just held up in the intro, this is the Calcutta Conquest BFS 2017 model. I paid $335 for this reel used, and that's just base. $335. When people were buying that brand new reel, like whenever it was brand new, people were paying $550, where you have import fees, taxes, a bunch of other stuff like that. So it's gonna be a little bit pricey to get into a decent BFS reel. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, it's 100% easier to just use a spinning reel. Now, I'm probably gonna be putting a review out very soon on this setup right here. I actually just got this setup. This is the TFO ultralight with a 1500 size, no, a 1000 size Shimano Miravel. It's a fantastic ultralight combo if you're wanting a spinning gear. The reason why I got it is to do slip corks, things like that. It's a little bit better to have it because you have a higher line capacity, and to be honest, less backlashes, especially if you have decent line on there. So I'm not gonna lie, it is 100% easier to use a spinning reel. That's reason number 2 why BFS fishing might suck. Reason number 3, it is extremely hard to learn BFS fishing at first. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a bait caster reel. I know how to cast a bait casting reel. Why would I have any problems? If you think that this is the same as a normal bait caster, you're going to be humbled quicker than you would ever think. Because the fact is, this is light line on a bait caster. That is a recipe for backlash disaster. Now, 100%, it is not easy to get used to bait finesse reels. Now, does that mean it's impossible? Definitely not. I'm so used to bait finesse reels, and it'll actually improve how you use your conventional bait casters over time. So I highly recommend checking out BFS reels if you're somebody who's already master bait casters, if you feel that way. Now, these reels, it depends on what you kind of get used to. If you get a Shimano, it's gonna be a little more difficult at first. If you get a Daiwa, it's gonna be a lot easier at first, because the braking system on a Daiwa makes it a breeze. But also, I do like Shimano's, so either way, you're going to have reels that are difficult to use at first. And that is definitely a reason why it might suck for some people, because a lot of people might pick it up and say, this isn't really worth it to me. And I could 100% understand that, because there's so many people out there who get dissuaded because they bought their first BFS reel expecting it to be just a normal bait caster, but for light line, and you get the recommended line from like me or RAR or Hobie or whoever, and you're like, what the freaking world? Why is this reel's a headache? Now, I 100% agree that a spinning reel is 100% easier to use. Those are 2 related reasons why BFS fishing might suck, but I honestly will say, if you guys haven't checked any other videos on my channel, I actually can help you out in learning how to use a BFS reel. I'll have a video link down below, how to cast light lures on a bait caster with BFS reel specifically, and I can guarantee you, if you haven't already learned how to use a BFS reel, this will help you 1,000 times more. number 4 reason why BFS fishing sucks. This is kind of a personal decision. It's addictive. I have both models of the Calcutta Conquest BFS. I have several Daiwas. I have 3 Daiwas? I don't remember. I have a few Daiwas that I've converted for BFS or used for BFS. I've converted reels to BFS. I've got CDM options. I have more BFS reels than I have conventional baitcasters or any other reel in general. I have more BFS reels. The reason why that is because I like to find out what each BFS reel is really good at, and plus I make content for you guys, so there's no reason for me not to get this gear. But if you go on forums like the Facebook page for BFS, or if you go on forums like Reddit and actually read into the BFS forum, you'll see that people have like literally dozens of these freaking reels. Now the reason why that is because it's like a collector's hobby. This is a little bit different from normal fishing. I know personally me is a lot of people like to say, oh, I like to get 6 of the same exact rod and reel. I don't like doing that. Personally, I like trying a bunch of different options. So I have several ultralight reels, ultralight baitcaster reels and stuff like that, just because I like trying new things. And plus you guys always like to see the new content of these new reels. So that's reason number 4 why BFS fishing might suck. I know that's not exactly a reason, but I definitely think that it is a reason why it might suck, because it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. Reason number 5 why BFS fishing might suck. This one's probably the biggest one for a lot of people, is the fact that BFS reels are hard to get. Now, a couple years ago, they did release the Corrado BFS in the United States, but personally speaking, I'm not going to recommend that reel because 1, it's cheaper to get a reel made by Shimano overseas than it is here in the States. But if you guys are looking to get a reel from the United States, if you want the Corrado BFS from the United States, you can get that at baitfinesseempire.com. But what I'm going to tell you is there's tons of different options overseas as well. Now, there's only, I think, 3 options, technically speaking, available in the United States of America. Yeah, you have 3 options. You have the Corrado BFS, you have the KastKing Kestrel Elite, and you have the KastKing Zephyr BFS reel. Now, those are the only options available in the US that you can get that are sold to the US market. Those are the only BFS reels available. Now, there is some reels that are supposedly talked about that are going to be released at ICAST, which, by the way, guys, I will be going to ICAST, so you guys will be seeing a bunch of content from that, and some really exciting content from that, from BFS related stuff. But my point is, there might be 2 BFS reels released at ICAST here in 2023. Hopefully, I get an idea of what they're like, because I will be there early to ICAST to check them out. So definitely looking forward to that. But there's talks of like reels like the Tatula Air coming there. But my point is most of the reels right now are hard to get. Now, if you go and look like on digitaka.com, you can get reels for a relatively decent price. Like the SLX BFS is a great, fantastic reel, and it's honestly the exact same as the Corrado BFS, but the bearings are actually, I think there's 1 or 2 less bearings, and it's actually saltwater rated. So if you're asking me, I'd probably tell you to get SLX BFS, but if you're wanting to stay in America, get the Corrado BFS. You're gonna be a better option overall. Now, that also is said, you can go on AliExpress and buy reels, but to be honest, I'm never gonna recommend AliExpress because 1, the customer service sucks. 2, you could get scammed, and 3, it's false advertisement 99% of the time. So if you shop on AliExpress, that's okay. I do too, but be careful, because I've been burned like 3 times now, and it sucks. It sucks, especially with BFS reels. If you spend I spent like $60 on a telescopic rod, and it broke. It showed up broke. It was just kind of annoying. And then the customer service told me, well, this is the reason why for logistics. I don't understand if that got lost in translation or what, but I'm gonna tell you, AliExpress is probably not the way to go. Personally speaking. Number 6, why BFS fishing might suck. Now, the American market is definitely not caught up to what the standard is for BFS right now. Now, like I said, there's a few reels available in the United States, but we really only have 1 from Shimano and 2 from a brand known as KastKing. They're not really the best reels out there. They're definitely not up to the par of what Shimano is putting out over in Japan. But also, a lot of people think right now it's like we're getting just Americanized BFS, and that kind of sucks, because I feel like there's a lot of people who could use lightweight BFS like the Calcutta or the Aldebaran or the new SS Air or anything like that. They should release that in the United States. But we also are seeing more rods now getting put out in the United States for BFS. We have the rods like the Dobbin series rods. We have the Janko. We have Old 18, which I have yet to try, but I do want to try it. I do want to give it some just a good old country track. But there's a few different BFS rod options available. Even I'm making BFS rods for myself, which we've got right behind me. But my point is that American market has not caught up to the terms of what BFS is right now. And that leads me to my next reason. Reason number 7 why BFS fishing might suck. It's just a trend. That's what people are saying right now. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's just a trend. You're just spending a bunch of money. If you go on places like the FB group, like the ultralight pan fishing group and stuff like that, you're gonna see like people are saying, oh, it's just a trend. Don't waste your money. This is just the market trying to sell people on new stuff. That's simply not true. That is simply arguably not true. The reason why is because these BFS reels are being tuned to be better than spinning reels for close quarter casting. The reason why is because you can control where it lands to a T with a bait caster with one hand versus having to grab your reel on a spinning reel and grab your line. It's a little different. The reason why this matters is because it allows people like professional bass fishermen, people who fish every single day, to have less tiring on the water, less joint tiring and stuff like that. Me personally, I am a software developer as my real job, so it's hard for me to use certain reels that make me move around a lot because I might get carpal tunnel when I'm like 30. So my point is that it's easier to use a bait caster for finesse fishing, and it's also easier to use it for many different ways. We'll actually make a video on that. Let's make a video about that again, where we talk about the advantages of BFS, why you should be trying BFS. If it was just a trend, why is it working so good? I mean, just a trend, I mean, everything really in fishing is just a trend. It's just whether or not you accept it as a trend or not. And some people like to spend some good money on reels and rods, and I know that me personally speaking, I like to enjoy my time out of the water the best of my ability, and if I can pass a reel down to my grandkids one day, that's not just a trend. That's actually a serious sentimental part of fishing. I know a lot of people are going to say, that's stupid, you're just being overreactive and dramatic. I don't care. That's your opinion. Actually, another thing I got to add on to that, I just remembered, I just had this in my notes, I didn't even read it. Another reason why BFS fishing is not just a trend, this has been a trend since the 1970s. It is 2023. That's 53 years. There was a reel released back in 1970, the Abu Garcia Ambassador 1500C, and that reel was actually meant for lightline reels. Lightline presentations. So a lot of people who were using spinning reels wanted to use a trout reel, and that's when they released the Abu Garcia Ambassador 2500 and 1500 size reels. Those reels were fantastic, and a lot of people are still converting to BFS today. But if you're going to convert one of those BFS, you're probably spending upwards of $800 to $900. So good luck. Reason number 8 why BFS fishing sucks. It's too much fun. I know this is kind of a personal reason why it sucks, but it's genuinely too much fun. There's something different about using a bait caster and hearing this. There's something different about that. There's genuinely something different about that. And it's fun using little rods. Like I'm building a glass rod right now out of a fiberglass fly blank that is 3 weight, and it can cast like 32nd ounce jigs 50, 60 feet on the new Calcutta Conquest BFS. That's the setup I'm talking about right there. This setup was so much fun. I actually just put on some logos and stuff like that. But this setup was so much fun for fishing, like for crappie at a local pond I have. But yeah, it's just genuinely so much fun. If you guys are looking into it and you're just curious if it's more fun than spinning gear, I'd say spinning gear is a ton of fun. It's definitely a ton of fun, but there's something different about BFS. If you're somebody who's like me, who's about the details, who's analytical, and likes to get into the depths of things, this is definitely the trend for you if you're looking at this as a trend. It's definitely a ton of fun to fish with BFS. It's just unique in a different way. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, that's my last reason why BFS fishing sucks. It's too much fun. It's just too much fun. I keep buying more reels and I can't stop. It's just too much fun. That's the last reason, and this is the end of the video. I want to say thank you guys for watching. I want to say thank you to Wendell Fishing for giving me the idea for this content. I did not ask him for permission to film this. I'm hoping he responds to my DM on Instagram, because I don't like to just like steal people's ideas for views and stuff like that without telling them where the idea came from. But yeah, shout out to Wendell for making a cool video. I definitely liked it myself. And if you guys like this video, please let me know down in the comment section below if you have any questions. Also, like the video if you haven't already. It severely helps me out, and I really need it, especially to get boosted this summer. We're trying to get some views this summer, just because I feel like there's a ton of content that's gonna be made this summer, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you guys are excited to see what's coming forward, make sure you guys drop a subscription to my channel, and also hit that bell notification, because it helps me out and also helps you out to know when I upload next. If you guys haven't already, check out my affiliate links down below. It helps me out also to make more content, and also I can hook you guys up with some cool deals and down there in the description down below. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know again down in the comments. And as usual, guys, remember,